Evan Hocking.
Slatsy! How are you, buddy?
Slatsy, yeah. You call me Slatsy because when I was on Tinder, albeit briefly, I had a photo of Kelly Slater in a tube.
Yeah, that was your profile pic. And also...
And it didn't work. I didn't get one bird.
Well, you went out to
lying.
at the surf park, and for the first 3 years, you couldn't even get it. You couldn't even stand up. So
No.
you were just paddling around the whitewash.
I got a fucking good joke out of it, though.
Yeah,
but
well-
no one appreciates the joke I came up with. I paid $80 a session to learn how to surf. I spent more than Christopher Reeve trying to stand up.
Yeah.
And that's
More
a
time
good-
than Christopher Reeve trying to stand up.
That's
Yeah.
a good fucking joke.
It's a great joke.
But no one gets it. I've got to wait for a Silver Fox crowd.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve, when did he pass away?
I'm going to guess late 90s.
Well, maybe could you go someone like, did Stephen Hawking, did he try to stand up?
Nah, man, he gave up at 20.
He gave up at
Yeah.
20.
When he looked like Semple, he's like, I'm done. I've got to sit down.
Yeah, it's bizarre that surf.
Sorry,
mate.
Semple. I love you, man.
I've got to get back there, but I
yeah.
sort of thought of a joke about how you go to the surf park in Tullamarine. It's pretty realistic. I got caught in a rip. I ended up in Glenroy. You know?
That's not bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What do you think of the surf park? Is it cheating? Are you
It's definitely cheating, but
are you a cockhead?
mate,
Considering the shark attacks we have,
That's
and
true.
how far away it is for us in Brunswick to go for a fucking surf.
Well, I've moved down to Mornington. And I can't picture myself ever going for a surf. Just the time and the effort. When you're young, you've got plenty of time. You can do it hungover. Me and mates, we used to drive like 3 hours from Mooralbark down to sometimes as far as Lawn just for the day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's
No
crazy.
commitments, man.
No commitments. Yeah, so now I just go to the front beach and jump in there and paddle around like an idiot. And but I've got to get back out and do something. Yeah, because I'm chunked on a bit.
There's a lot going on, huh?
There's a bit happening, mate.
You just got back from a mining tour in WA.
Oh yeah, that was.
And I wanted to talk to
while
you
ago.
about that.
Yeah.
What you thought of it, doing stand-up in front of miners in conditions that's not conducive to stand-up. You're outdoors. There's a massive gap between you and the audience.
And they've come off 12 hours on a mine site. Like I've done trades. Fucking after 3 hours, you're over it.
Yeah.
So I'm tipping it's not that. It's hot in those mines. So blokes come back and women and. Yeah, 12 hours on a job site. And then you got some dickhead with red hair telling jokes. Well, I got shit teeth and this and that. So
there's two gigs that I'm aware of. It's the ones that are about to fly out and go back to Perth. They're the raucous gigs because they're looking at 2 weeks off.
they're pumped.
They're pumped.
They're
And
pumped up.
You can't fucking die.
No.
It's hard to die. They'll laugh at anything. They're pissed up. All right, on mid-strengths.
Yeah, well,
But back when I did it, it was
there was no limits.
it was heavy. It was no limit on mid-strength, and they had a lot of heavy beer.
Yeah, well now Rio Tinto and a few others, they're four mid-strengths. That's it.
And before we get
Cut
to
off.
that, the other gig where the planes were coming back, they were fucking death row.
Oh, yeah.
Their heads were hanging low.
Oh,
'Cause
mate,
they
could you
knew-
imagine flying into one of those joints, just knowing that you've got 2 weeks, 12-hour days, fucking shit. Well, they talk about shit food. Some of the food was shit, but I mean, you can handle it for one day when we were there.
And before they're about to go into a hole in the earth.
And maybe you miss her, you think she's fucking someone else. So you're like 2 weeks away, you're like, you'd be on edge.
Definitely. I broke up with my ex while I was in the mine
You had
site.
a meltdown, didn't you?
I didn't really have a meltdown. I was just like, I've got to get home to the shop. And I was like, this is fucked.
Is that what you called her?
Huh?
I'm going to get back to the shop. That's a weird name.
Like an...
Hey, babe, get back to the shop.
Yeah, she was always shut. Fucking...
Boarded up.
Yeah,
Like,
boarded up.
Boarded
Yeah,
up.
closed for
Closed,
business.
Yeah. Under new management.
Yeah. Couldn't get a look in. They flew me out straight away. They didn't let me stay overnight because they thought I was going to kill myself.
Because that
And I'm
happens
like-
out there.
I was whisked away. Like, what's happening? And they're like, mate, it's got nothing to do with you, but we've had a lot of suicides here when blokes find out their missus have been cheating on them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I had no
Just
idea.
throw himself in
Yeah,
front of one of those big trucks.
Dooley was like, you gotta go.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great, but I guess if you wanted to make catch, I don't think it's as lucrative and as fun as what it used to be. Some of the smaller ones were like little gold mining sites where they actually treated their workers like adults. They said you can have as much grog as you want, but just blow 0 in the morning, and you laugh. And they realise it's a good job. Like, you're in there. Some people love it.
I worked the one mine that was horrific and scary was a copper mine. It was run by an Indian company, and they couldn't give a fuck. There were holes in the wall.
India aren't known for their safety regulations, are they?
No shit. No. They gave me towels to board up the holes in me donga, so snakes wouldn't get in, and I'm shitting myself. No, hardly any aircon. It was just a fan.
Did they have like Indian dudes just come around and going doo 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 doo? Maybe just to we got a snake in Katsy's donga. Get in there, a bib. I don't know.
Yeah, that would work. That's a good joke.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's all right. There we go. Three jokes already on the.
Got 'em.
That's good, mate. That's good. So yeah, it was it was great. I got out when the big lockdown was on. Obviously cancelled the wedding for a second time, and
third time, right?
No, it was just the second. Yeah.
Did she laugh at that joke when she said, "What do we do now? It's cancelled twice," and you said the punchline, "Let's just be friends."
Maybe just be friends. Yeah.
That's a great.
I don't know
joke.
if she's heard it. Like she. She probably has.
I love that joke. Do you still do? I haven't heard you do that on stage.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have actually. It has. Yeah, I've heard you.
Yeah, I've sort of. I was trying to start differently because I'm trying to work on a festival show, and I'm just going to come out and do. I just want to do 40 minutes of stand up. I don't want to stress about having to have through lines and it's got to finish.
Just be funny.
I just
funny.
And funny. So just do 40 minutes of stand up. So I'm just going to go bang, bang, bang. So yeah, I'll probably just open with that, I reckon.
Yeah.
So come along to the show. You know the first joke.
Well, you have to open with it because you have to address the finger going up your ass in the poster.
That's it, mate. So yeah, a bit of material about the missus being a doctor, and it's sort of bizarre, you know. But I was sort of thinking,
what's bizarre about it?
Her being a doctor.
Yeah, like
I'm a fuck up. Yeah. And do
you really see yourself as a fuck? Because I see you as a fully functioning stand-up, and you run gigs, and you're professional. You're always on time. So where are you? Where is it? Is it bizarre because you? Like, I know the joke. You're batting above your average.
Yeah,
right? Like,
punching.
You're with a genius.
Yeah. But she says, she always says on Booksmart and on Street Smart, like.
Is she?
Oh, there's some shit that she says. I'm going, Jesus Christ, how are you a doctor? But it's just that stuff. Their brains are obviously wired differently than some other people.
Can she watch Die Hard with you?
Oh fuck, I haven't watched Die Hard. There's so many movies I haven't watched. I haven't watched Rambo.
No.
I haven't watched Rockies. I haven't. Mate, I'm not a big movie guy.
Fuck, you're talking to a wog here. They're classic wog
Mate,
movies.
I just can't watch a movie and fucking concentrate through the whole thing. I find, whereas me Mrs. Kristen, that's her time to, if she's having a shit day, if she's stressed about anything, the movie, that takes her out of what she's thinking about. Where I'm just watching a movie going, oh, fuck, I've got to do this, I've got to do that.
Can you enjoy what she's enjoying?
The movie she's enjoying?
Yeah.
Depends what it is.
Is it too highbrow? Because she's a doctor, or
nah,
does she watch...
it's not that, man. She's like, her favourite all time is One Tree Hill, and she'll just go back and watch it old episodes of that. She gets into series a lot. Like, there'll be times where we'll start a series, we'll watch 2 episodes. I'm like, I'm in this. Let's go. Let's do it. I'll get home the next day. She goes, watch 4 episodes. Oh, well, fuck it. I'm not watching it now.
She doesn't wait for you.
Nah, she doesn't wait.
Yeah.
She doesn't wait. But she's had to wait because of the wedding. So, being postponed.
I when I watch series with girls, I often, they go, don't watch it, we'll watch it together. I'm like, no, I won't. And then I jump ahead secretly.
Yeah.
And then I pretend I'm all smart by going, I think I know what's going to happen here. This is going to happen. And it happens. She's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I just worked it out.
Yeah, that's right. So, cheating, that's what you're doing. But the one she did get into was The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls one.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, mate. So, but you're not really into basketball.
No, not really. I hate basketball.
Yeah.
I like American football. Because you can, I get it. I don't get basketball. He's got the ball, so just get him. But you can't. You can't. They sort of like shake around him. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And
a lot of some people just don't get it. They don't get basketball. But it was big. So what was happening? Because in the, say, early 90s, that was when NBA was probably hit, maybe when Jordan became big and NBA basketball, that American culture came into, what were you doing in 92, 93? 94.
I remember I wanted Jordans and I was playing NBA Jam, so I fucking knew about him.
Yeah.
And I knew he didn't make the high school basketball team, so I found that amazing.
Yep.
I don't know, was he a fucking idiot? Well, I don't know. How can he not make the basketball team? Were they that good?
I think he was just young and
just batting off a lot.
Batting off a fair bit. Yeah, he was just
not interested.
Just skinny. Just wasn't good enough at the time, mate. But then he had sort of, what are they saying? I don't get all the varsities and all the different names for the elementary school. That's high school, isn't it?
No, I don't get it. Sophomore, freshman. I don't get it.
That's uni, is it?
I got no idea. We say primary,
we can't really
high
ask
school.
anyone. We're just going.
No, you can ask her,
Ring
but she
someone.
won't answer.
Yeah.
She's fucked.
She's thinking.
She's the thinker.
Yeah. What is sophomore? So
no idea.
Yeah, but but after she fucked it. She ruined it for me after the third episode.
Why?
Because we were having a few drinks, and she just looked at me after the third episode, really disappointed, and said, I always thought I'd end up with the black guy.
I've heard you do that.
Yeah.
So she actually said that.
She
That's
fucking
not a
said
punchline.
that. That's not a punchline. She really said that. She said she loves R&B. She loves, that sort of stuff. She loves that dancing, that culture. She says I've got a black soul. So how do you argue that, mate?
Oh,
you can't do blackface.
No,
you can't do it. You cannot.
I guess the only thing you can do is turn the light off and wear an NBA, wear his singlet, whatever
Guernsey
they call
and a strap on.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So, but no, she enjoyed that. But yeah, she froths over the Afro-American sort of culture, and the R&B and all that. So, yeah, I'm the furthest from that. I cannot fucking dance.
At all?
Nah, well, I don't think I'm too bad, but...
Oh, you got the nightclub stuff down pat when you're looking for a girl. The basic. That should be in the curriculum for high school.
Well, they don't teach you the right shit at high school.
They taught you Nutbush City.
In the bus stop.
Just
I always went the wrong way in the bus stop.
Yeah.
I didn't I'm bumping into everyone. I didn't know what's going on.
Teach us
the running man.
dancing.
Did you ever do like the fucking running man?
Mm.
I swear I looked exactly like the chicks were doing it, and everyone's just laughing at me.
They should have taught us how to do basic nightclub dancing. Just get us to fingering a girl as quick as possible.
What year do you reckon you'd start doing that? I mean,
Yeah.
going by my sex
9.
life, I reckon 26 they should have told me that. Shit.
Rye Front Beach when I was fucking year 9.
Oh, that's great.
We'd go to the
That's why you
carnival.
weren't watching basketball.
No.
Because you were too busy fingering chicks on Rye Beach.
I fucking miss that, man. We'd meet up at Rye Carnival and we'd pay someone to get us a 6-pack of Strongbow and a pack of Winnie Blues.
That would have been like, what was a 6-pack of Strongo back then?
Oh,
15, 12.
$20 covered everything.
Yeah.
Smokes were like $6 or $7.
Yeah.
And then we'd pick up some girls at the carnival and then break into a boat shed along the foreshore.
Oh, yeah. They're great, those things. Yeah.
And now they're selling for $250,000 one sold. Get fucked. How priced out are we of life?
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
When you can't even afford.
You can't put a sink in the fucking thing.
No, you can't
but
do anything.
But it's $250,000. What am I getting?
Yeah. It's just location. They are pretty fucking cool.
But what do you put in it? You're only allowed to put, a couple of boogie boards?
Well, yeah, you could put, another thing, we bought a stand-up paddle board, and that's a pain in the ass. It's one of those pump-up ones.
I know it. It's the white middle-aged fad right now.
It is. Everyone had one.
Every white middle-aged cunt has got one.
It's like, how many of those things are going to end up in fucking landfill in 6 months? There'll be dolphins, there'll be shit, there'll be fucking...
In a million years...
In Bali, they'll float all over to Bali. You'll get washed up, all these stand-up paddleboards on...
In a million years, there'll be a layer of the Earth's crust that
It's
geologists will find
stand-up
this
paddleboards.
thin, blue, melted layer of paddleboard that stretches across Australia.
The CEO of Anaconda and BCF is just fucking getting blown by 35 chicks. He goes, that stand-up paddleboard is a good thing. Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. So, the stand-up paddleboard, and because down the beach... You don't know. I bought it for Kristen for Christmas because you don't know what to get.
That's a good gift. You're in Mornington.
It's great, mate. It's great. And the number of times I've just printed out a photo of like some accommodation. I said, we'll book this. I'll take you away for a couple of nights. And with the lockdowns, I haven't bought her a Christmas. She hasn't redeemed a Christmas present or birthday present in about 3 years.
Really?
Oh, because I've just printed out all these vouchers. Said, we'll book it. And with all the lockdowns and that.
Yep.
Yeah, so... Stand-up paddleboard and wine fridge.
You bought a wine fridge?
Wine fridge.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a bit wanky.
Is that only for...
it really keeps you $8 bottles of wine. A great temp.
I was going to say...
Your casts
so
go
much
great.
Electricity for a bottle of Spumani.
But yeah, that's right. Passion pop.
Yeah. Does it fit the cardboard ones?
Yeah. The goon. But no, we don't mind a wine, but yeah, you can't go too crazy on that shit. A nice bottle here and there, but
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's all right. And we're doing up the interior designing of. Geez, what a wanky word.
What's your place?
At our place. Yeah.
It's yours. You own it.
Yes.
You're in your late 30s.
That's it, mate. But
those words are going to come in your vernacular now.
Oh yeah. But we're doing it up, and we've got one of an old sort of dresser, and it's got, when you see a movie with like some lawyer or something, he walks into his house and he's got the thing of scotch. He pulls it up, he tips it in the glass, and then just shots it back.
A decanter.
It's just a whiskey.
Yeah, it's a decanter.
A decanter, yeah.
You got the crystal one.
Yeah, we got one of those.
In fucking Days of Our Lives, where they get told off and they turn their back and walk.
I've put a bottle of Grants in it. That's where we're going.
You got fucking $30 bottle of Grants.
That's it. In the decanter.
The one with the Superman's house key when he puts it off.
Yeah.
It's like all fucking crystal and shit.
So no, we haven't.
You got one of those.
Yeah, we're really dressing the joint up, mate.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but
look at you.
Like I said, we haven't got any scotch in that yet. So wine fridge, a little scotch decanter. Piano. We scored a free piano.
You were taking piano lessons during lockdown. How did that go?
I tried. I wasn't taking lessons. I was getting on YouTube, and it was like sort of Guitar Hero, where you'd get the colours.
Yeah, you're taking lessons. YouTube's a teacher.
Lessons. And what I thought, I'm not going to start with hot cross puns.
No, you're going to go to Rachmaninoff.
I'm going to go straight to... We're going to play the Third Symphony of Figaro or some shit like this. I go, I'll get it. Mate, my brain wasn't... I had to learn one hand first, then the next hand.
What song did you actually try and play?
I
learned... a really hard one? Chopsticks,
I was getting into The Police. I thought King of Pain. I was looking at that. There was a few others. The one I actually got, I could do the start and the first verse, but there wasn't any music for the chorus. It was Hospital Beds by Cold War Kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know it.
No, great song. And Cold War Kids are an American band, sort of alternative. That song was from, I think, about, maybe 2005, 2006. Mm-hmm. Just great album, great song, and it was one that I actually learnt, but now you put me in front of I don't know where all that information goes. Just fucks right off, doesn't it?
I think you deleted it.
I did delete it.
You say you're not playing piano anymore.
Nah, it's too hard.
Because you're very creative. Like, you're doing stand-up, you're doing acting, you're trying to learn to play piano.
Don't know about acting.
You're fucking drinking scotch out of a decanter.
Mate, I'm
you
class.
Got a wine fridge.
Fuck, she's lucky to have me.
You're married to a doctor.
Mate, Jesus Christ, I should be getting blown. I've got a stand-up paddleboard. Jesus, does it get any better than this? I'm a catch, mate. Yeah.
Oh, God. So, I'd love to see some refugees on a stand-up paddleboard. But no, thank you. Please. No, thanks. Go get out there. It's fun. No, thanks.
What happened was, the first time...
The Coast Guard will turn me around.
I didn't pump it up enough the first time. So it was going okay. It was a bit wobbly. And then I realised you've got to pump it up more. And first time I took it down to Mount Martha, pumped it up, little gauge. Goes, this is rock solid. This is great. And I've just hammered out there. I've gone out miles. I thought, fucking, this is easy. And then I turned round and
I'm fucked.
Fuck, I've gone with the wind.
Yeah.
With the tide,
Current.
with the current.
Yeah.
Took me fucking 10 days to get back. I had to get some. I knew I was in trouble when I saw a Somali fucking pirate ship coming towards me. I go, fuck, I'm a bit far out here.
The same thing happened to me with my brother.
Yeah.
I passed the yellow buoy at Rye Pier, and I just kept going, and I turned around, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, long way out, aren't you?
And out of nowhere, 2 lifesavers came on jet skis. They're
Yeah.
like, you right? I'm like, yeah, I should be all right.
Yeah, I'll
and
be
they're
all
like,
right.
You're a bit far out. I'm like, yeah,
What's
I
that
just
brown
noticed.
stuff running down out the bottom of your board shorts, mate?
It's a shark deterrent.
Yeah. Yeah.
This can't taste like shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I think I'll be all right. So I paddled back, but they're ultra light. So
They are
if
light.
you lie down and paddle,
Yeah,
you're
I got on my knees and
really
did that,
quick.
so I wasn't copping all the breeze. I was sort of really wind resistant. So that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Have you seen those? They cost 13 grand. I've yet to see them on a beach yet, but it's a surfboard that's propelled by an electric battery.
Oh, and they sit up? No.
They sit up.
Yeah, I have seen a
They-
few wankers on those.
Yeah. Have you seen in real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're standing up, sort of above, just hovering out of
Above the water. Yeah.
13 grand.
They're 13K.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
And people just put them in their beach box, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what they fucking do.
Now I'm determined to break into a boathouse.
Yeah.
13K for a surfboard.
Yeah, some of them, they're done up, the old boathouses. Yeah. Good investment if you got the cash.
Fuck that. Don't. If you're spending 250 grand in a boathouse, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, there are some flogs down the beach, like especially Mount Martha. You can see like the little rich kids who have just living off the parents' wealth. But
That's nuts. When I was there as a kid, it was dimmies, fish and chips.
that's it.
Now it's like smashed avo and all this like hollandaise sauce that's made from scratch, and you're like, fucking hell,
Yeah,
what is happening?
yeah, it has changed.
You know, we did a gig together in St Andrews over the weekend, and a plumber came up to me, and he was his name's Gary, and he lives in St Andrews, and he's like, oh, my property's worth $6 million. Right? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is like
beautiful down there, isn't it?
This is where we grew up as kids, and it was just there was nothing there.
Well, yeah, it's gone nuts. The old peninsula. It's going crazy. Everyone wants to get out of the city, and
Yeah.
it's hard to get in there. So very lucky, mate. Very lucky.
So tell me about Underbelly.
Okay.
Because I saw a film clip being filmed, and they had 1 million lights.
Yeah.
Fuck, and they had all these control panels. And I remember looking at them and going, thank fuck I'm not an actor, because I'd be shitting myself. It was daunting, man. There's a lot riding on you not to fuck up your lines.
Oh, mate, shit myself.
So
shit myself.
Can you just take me, tell everyone about, it was Underbelly, it was Informer. The role
Informer
you were playing.
3838. And it was about Nicola Gobbo, Lawyer X, who was, mates with the cops, mates with, a few of the crims, and was banging a few of them. Yes. Well, the first thing is, because, you mentioned
So
that.
is this about Mockbell getting done?
This is about, she was representing Mockbell. I'll go back, because you talk about acting. I don't take it that serious. At the start, I'd go for these auditions, and I'd be really devastated.
Do you think now maybe that's why you're getting these roles, because you're not giving a fuck
Well,
about
maybe
it
it's
too
like-
much? You're more loose?
Well, maybe it's like, because I was very desperate with chicks when I was younger as well.
Yeah.
And they can sense the desperation
Exactly.
in this loser.
Like Louis C.K. says, there's cum coming out of your eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas now in my 40s, I'm very chill with women.
That's it. So maybe it's the I don't give a fuck kind of thing, where I just go in and I just go, I'm just going to do it as me. I'm not going to try to be someone else. Like I'm not a proper actor. I've never had lessons, so
Okay, so
I don't know how to do that.
So you fell into the audition of a wife beater quite naturally. It was easy.
Well, I didn't even have to audition. They just said, we've seen some of your work. So
They saw Kristen's face.
they
Sorry.
saw Kristen. They came in. Yeah, no, that's bad.
That's a bad
That's
joke.
bad. That's bad.
Fuck, man. That's a shit
Sorry,
joke.
we're just that's a fuck around.
Watch
it's
that
just
come back and
it's
haunt
just
me.
jokes. It's jokes.
They're jokes.
Yeah, they're jokes. No, I saw my face. I punched myself. So, but I went in, and there's an actor in there, and you got to do the lines. They're the worst ones where you got to fucking learn lines.
Can you stop right there? Because I'm genuinely.
Sorry if I'm swearing a bit. I'm going.
You did,
Am
mate.
I?
Do it.
That's
Only
how I
a
talk.
dem Ulatest listens. So, so can you paint the picture? Is there a waiting room where you have where you're with other actors, like a doctor's waiting room?
Yeah.
And
So
do
you
look
go
at the
in.
other actors, and you're like, "Fuck, he's hot. He'll get it." And he's the hottest. He's a hotter ginger than me. Like, or are there other gingers?
Well, I was playing a thug, so there was some fucking rare units in there.
Really?
I can't even remember.
Do you chat to them, or is everyone just?
Oh
in
man,
there?
I don't.
Is it like a green room in stand-up? Comics are pacing. Are the actors pacing? Talking to themselves.
Some of them are real, probably serious about it. I sort of learned early that I don't know about the acting world. I just, everyone
What did you
seems.
learn early? You don't bother them.
I just don't think I want to be an actor. Like I like acting a bit, but to actually chase acting, I'm like, there's no way. There's so many fake people
Yeah, of course.
in acting. So I'm just like, oh my god.
But you went for Informer.
But I went for Informer, and so I go in. Oh, well, first you go in, you sign on, and then you got to fill out all your details, your measurements, which I should have saved somewhere. So I've got to go get
Do
that
they
little
ask
tape
any-
measure. What are your hips? What are your chest?
Any weird questions apart from standard anatomy questions, or any weird ones like
Nah.
any allergies or any like mental health issues, or are you on any?
Oh, we've all got that, mate. We've all got that. No, they don't ask about that. You just
Okay.
fill out your details, and then you go in, and you've got a casting director. You got to say to camera, you go, "Hi, I'm Evan Hocking. I'm with so and so talent agency. I don't have any other stuff on TV or whatever. All this stuff." And then, there was a guy who was the other actor, and I have to deliver my line. And the line was, "We've had a gut full of the Moran shit, and we want them off the street." And I just coughed a loogie in his face, and he goes,
That was frightening.
"No." So, and then I reached for him.
You got COVID.
Yeah, I haven't had it yet, so maybe I do. And then he grabs my arm, and they go, "Cut." And the casting director said, "Wow, that was very intimidating." So I thought, that's a good sign. And I think it's in my eyes. I think I get, my dad's got crazy eyes when he's going to go nuts. So I think I've got crazy eyes.
I'll be very careful here, but yeah, you are.
Or you'll cop it, mate.
You're a wonderful person, but when you hang out with you, you realise that there's a streak. There's a sixth of pitbull DNA somewhere in there. There's
somewhere. It takes me
There's something.
a lot to snap, and I never really do. But there's some things. Just after a while, you just go, "Fuck it." Yeah, but it was just in the eyes.
So you brought that to the surface.
So I brought that to the surface.
So when you're in the
I
waiting room,
find that easier
yeah,
being angry or doing that than being lovey-dovey. Because there was another thing I had to do where it was for some series, it might have been Charlie Pickering's show, The Weekly or something like this, where I had to be like lovey-dovey with a girl, and it was so. And this girl, or woman, she came. Yeah, this 5-year-old kid was just like
it's a Fisher Price
it's a
toy
Fisher
ad.
Price.
He had to fall in love
Here's
with
the
her.
rubber ducky. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So she came, or she was
Finish it.
she was Australia's representative for Miss World in like 2017 or something like that, and this is 2018.
Nice.
So she's
Fresh.
still.
It's
It's not like
hottie.
it's not like she's fallen off a cliff. And
She hasn't hit the donuts yet.
What happened to you? There's no way I would have, like at a nightclub, there's no way she would have even looked twice at me. So I'm worried about me teeth, me freckles, and I'm thinking, this is so ridiculous. Like, this chick would never be with me. And then I had to do something where I kiss her on the cheek and look back at the camera. I'm going red. I'm embarrassed. And the the director's like, "Oh, just relax. Just just do what you would do if you're with your fiance." And I'm thinking, well, fuck. I'd be on one couch, she'd be on the other. She'd be telling me how much she loves black blokes, and I'm just like, this isn't working. So, it took about 50 takes, and in the end, the director had to talk to me like I was a school kid. Like, okay, give her a kiss on the cheek. Now look back happy and smile. Okay, go back. And man, it was so embarrassing.
So you just didn't believe that it was a...
I was just too self-conscious.
Yeah.
No, I went back to all those times when you're 16, 17, and all of a sudden you've got shit teeth, and you're close to them. Like, it's bloody embarrassing.
I could imagine so, yeah. But as an actor, you can't make that switch. But
I can't.
You just that's why you're fucking around part time with acting.
Yeah,
just having fun.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Like, imagine doing a sex scene with someone.
Yeah, it'd be awkward.
Oh, it'd be fucking awkward as like regular sex awkward.
I mean, credit to actors that jump the fence and cross genders.
Man,
do you know what I mean? Like, who was it? Like, yeah, it was Russell Crowe after he did Romper Stomper. Got a Nazi following, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And they're like,
"I was too believable."
They were ringing him up from Hollywood, going, "We've got to do another Romper Stomper Part 2." So you know what he went and did? The Sum of Us, where he played a gay guy, and all the Nazis sat on the couch with popcorn, ready for Russell's new movie, and he's banging
some dude,
and they're like, "Fuck!"
Damn.
So yeah, credit to Russ.
Oh, that's great.
Brilliant acting.
It shows you how good proper actors are. To be able and do those lines over and over again. So I get the part.
Were you? Yeah, sorry. Go on.
No. What are you gonna say?
You got the part. Go on. I stopped your train of thought.
I got the part, and it was a surprise because I never get anything. So I thought, okay, this is all right. I've got lines. Now, so I've got a big scene.
Wow.
And
that's big, man.
And that's where the pressure is, because
that's such a cool show as well. Underbelly. We all know it.
It's
so popular.
Yeah. So what happens is, she walks out of court, and the thing, I got to throw her against the wall.
So the lawyer
X, Ella Scott, someone, the actual
and she's
actress. Leaking
all this info about your boss.
So no, what happened was she was Mockbell's lawyer.
Okay.
But then she thought she could represent anyone. She was untouchable. So then she went and represented like Lewis Moran.
Yeah.
So, and Tony wasn't happy. So he sends me in the big old bustling Evo.
Because Mockbell and Moran were...
They were enemies. They were sworn enemies.
Yep.
And I go in, and she's walking out of court, and she just says, "Oh, not bad, eh?" And I grab her, and I just go, "We've had a gutful of the Moran shit." And I threw against about 3 times. And what you just think, well, how's that done?
How physically did you handle
her? Oh, man, I felt bad.
Yeah.
So they patted her back up.
Did she give you an okay? Did she say to you, "Look, I know it must feel awkward for you to physically like throw me around, but just go for it"? Or was the director like, "I've spoken with her"?
Well, there's a stunt man. There's a stunt guy.
Stunt woman.
Stunt person.
It wasn't a. It was a.
No, it was her.
Woman.
But there's a stunt director who comes in, and he takes. So they pat her back up, and then he says to her, "What you got to do when Evan throws you against the wall, you've got to hunch up so you don't jolt your head back," because she would have hit her head on a brick wall.
A coordinator.
So the stunt man,
and
he goes, "Grab her here, grab her there," and you don't. It wasn't a full sort of throw. It was just like a quick jab kind of thing, but it was hard. Yeah, are you getting erect, Catsy?
Oh fuck! So I'm just covering my nose so it doesn't grow.
Put you on the spot there. But yeah, so because I couldn't just go, and it's all.
Did you throw her up against the wire fence?
What's it? No, it's a brick wall.
A brick wall?
That's why she was padded up.
Got ya.
And he said, keep your head forward. Keep your head forward.
Doesn't
keep your head forward so you don't get whiplash and knock yourself out. And also with the camera angles, because it was a close in, I couldn't just go, because it's all the camera angles and things like that. So they cheat with how things look and how.
So you had to retake it a lot of
times. So there was one where it was over my shoulder, one where it was side on. So yeah, it was I felt bad after. I go, "Oh fuck, are you all right? Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm all good." So I would have shook her up a bit. Yeah, and then as I'm walking off, I said, "Yeah, one last shove, I said, fuck off, bitch, threw against the wall.
All right, that's going to be the soundbite. Hocko belts a woman. Watch that get a lot of views. No context.
And then I keyed
I'm
her.
not going to put it in context.
Yeah. And then I keyed her car. I mean, that wasn't even in the script.
Yay! One of my favourite jokes of him.
Yeah.
I love it.
But then that's what you think, because then what? And then I ran off and I got into Tony Mockbell's car. And then she walks up. It's all cut in and whatever. And she walks off and just sort of looks like she's still shocked.
Mm-hmm.
So what she said was, to get her in that frame of mind that she's just been roughed up, like before the director said cut, she said, can you just like shake me, or, so that's the professionalism that actors have got
to get into that
mindset. Yeah, so I shook her up, and then so she's really so that was interesting. But it was funny though, because I hopped in the car with the dude who plays Tony Mockbell, and I had to like roll past. So they said, go at about 5Ks or something like that. And Mockbell, he said, have you ever done this before? He mentioned some word. I said, no, fuck, I've never done this, but I have driven a car. So he goes. Because the cameraman, he was going to follow me. So, just roll along at 5Ks and they'll sort of follow it. It'll be this dramatic scene.
Of you eyeballing
Of Mockbell eyeballing it. I was the driver.
Got you.
And Mockbell's looking out the window. And it was a Ford, sort of old Ford Falcon. It was V8. And they go, action. And I just go, and I go, they go, too fast. I've gone up to about 30 Ks or something. Not quite, but they go, whoa, and pulled up, and Mockbell goes, that was a bit quick. Yeah, so, but just little things like that, which are a bit of fun, but when you've never done shit like that, you don't know what's going on.
It's fantastic.
You're learning on the job, mate. Just like life, always learning on the job.
I told you the true story that happened to me with Vince Colosimo, who came into my work at the Pokies, and he tried to withdraw $500, but he had exceeded his withdrawal limit.
Ooh.
And I was so tempted to go, sorry, no cash.
No cash.
Here, no cash.
No cash.
But I'm like, if I do that, he'll fucking punch me.
Maybe he would.
But what I wanted to say about that was he fucking had charisma, man. He had this gravitas. He was a cool dude. He was taller than me, and he was bigger, and he was like dressed nice. And he told me later he just flew back from Sydney from a shoot.
Nice.
Do they? Like,
I don't reckon he did. He's just saying that.
Yeah, I heard he was on the glass Barbie while I was doing stand up in England for 10 years. I heard he's burning the Barbie. But you know,
are you a big punter or something?
If he's
gambler?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to speak badly of him. I did say he burned the glass Barbie.
He exceeded his limit.
But he's like, if you burn the glass Barbie, chances are, you're going to play the pokies. It's like a tea with a biscuit, They go hand in hand.
It's like cooking a Barbie with a beer or something like that.
They go hand in hand.
I gotta fucking get down there.
Yeah. With that voice.
Fucking oath, mate.
Did you see, so my question, were there actors that were too cool for school?
There was,
like, every now and then, I'll give you an example. Michael McIntyre was too cool for school.
Yep.
In the green room. Like, he kept
British comedian, for anyone listening.
Kept separate from me, like just away over there. Eddie Izzard was a bit up himself as well. He was off to the distance, just quiet with.
Do you reckon he was getting into character because he does sort of
he is he's gender fluid.
Yeah.
So he's he rocked at that gig. He rocked up as a bloke, but some days he wakes up and he's a woman. That's just Eddie. But he doesn't put on a dress to go on stage. He just comes as, today he's a woman, tomorrow he's a bloke. That's just Eddie. And Chappelle was too cool. Chappelle was awesome. Dave Chappelle shook my hand and spoke to me.
Yeah.
Were there any actors that were like, fuck, look at this guy?
Well,
what a cockhead.
All right, yeah. And I'm trying to do a bit about a story about it. So middle of last year, 2021, during one of the lockdowns, I got another role. So this was a little different. I got a role in Fires. Yes. Which was about the fires 2 Christmases ago up in New South Wales. And there was 6 episodes on the ABC on a Sunday night. late last year. And I don't think any of my mates watched it because usually if I'm on TV, I'll get screenshots of me big dopey head. Go, hey, good work, mate. Yeah. Good work. But no one watched it because I got fucking nothing. But so I played this Daggy Dad, and it was maybe 8 days filming or something like that. And Sam Worthington was the main character. For people who don't know, Sam Worthington, Avatar. I first saw him in Getting Square, which was 2003. A bloody
Avatar killed his Hollywood career.
It did.
It was just a fucking flop.
Avatar?
Yeah.
That was massive.
Well, I think it was a flop because years later people were like, James Cameron, you sold out because you mishmashed a whole heap of sci-fi stories together and stitched them together and sold it as an original sci-fi when it wasn't. But anyway, that's a different topic.
That's a different topic.
Sam Worthington.
So I think that was his big break, Avatar.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so Sam Worthington's there, and I'm not someone who's going to get... So he'd sort of rock up in his own car, which is fair enough. He was staying in the city or something because he's based in Sydney now during the lockdown. So he was down here on his own, and it was filmed out at Arthur's Creek, something like that, at a little hall. And for the first 2 or 3 days, he just kept to himself, which is fair enough. I mean...
do they have trailers like in America?
Yeah, he had his own trailer. Caravan. Yeah, his own.
What did you have? A tent?
At that stage, like with Underbelly, I got a little trailer because I was up there.
You had your own fucking trailer
for a bit. But I had my own trailer, and I thought this is fucking great. How good's this? And then slowly more actors who had bigger roles than me would sort of rock in, and I go, okay, I know where I am in the.
Did you have your name with a star?
Nah, just said
Evo.
Cast.
Psycho. Guy who's good at beating women.
Nutcase. Yeah. So, but yeah, you just slowly get filtered out. It wasn't like I was living the high life.
All right. So he had his own trailer. He was keeping to himself.
He was keeping to himself on set. He was keeping to himself, and he was sort of arguing a bit with the director and sort of really making his presence felt.
Yeah, because when actors get to a certain level, they can go the director, can't they? Like,
and it must be intimidating for a director to go, this is Sam Worthington. He's done some shit. Where am I at? But
I understand that because I think it was Ridley Scott, and he was saying Russell Crowe again. Sorry, but he would say Russell Crowe thinks he's top shit. Yeah. And we would shoot all these scenes that Russell wanted, different angles, and the director would be like, I just let him do it, but I wasn't going to use it anyway. I just let him fucking have his way.
Yeah.
And then deleted everything that night.
Yep.
So Sam would interfere. What would the director do? Would he push back? Or
the director would sort of go, okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay, good. He'd take it on board, and then a few of the other actors who were maybe younger and not as up there would sort of rolling their eyes at each other and go, he's going, here he goes again.
Fuck.
Here he goes again. So there was a bit of tension. You could feel it between the other actors, the director, and my on-screen wife. She was a chatty sort of a girl. She loved having a chat. And after about the 4th day, she said, oh, fuck this. I'm going to just go up and talk to him. Fucking trying to...
So every actor gave him space here.
Gave him space, and you could see like him getting in character. Like he'd be like pacing around before action. He'd be like, because he was.
Did he have someone that lived the fires that would tell him, "Hey Sam, this is what it was like"?
Well, this is this joke I'm trying to work on. He ended up chatting, right, and my on-screen wife, she broke him down, and he started telling some great stories about how when he first went to LA, he went with 2 mates, and one of them, they only had enough money for 1 hotel room, so one of them have to sleep in a car while they're trying to get auditions, and he said it was crazy. So
great time doing it tough.
Doing it tough, and then you just go, great, and he talked about his wife now and his kids, and you start going, so he's a good bloke. What did I think? And he just started talking through some acting stuff. Like there was one scene where we were meant to be looking up during the fires at like a helicopter that wasn't obviously there. So he starts
They added in
So
with
there's-
effects, someone with a tongue.
Yeah, they just
Low budget.
Just the
It was
mash,
the
mash theme.
It was the
It was the
ABC.
mash theme. But you don't know where. So they go. He said to the director, he said, "Well, what's our eye line? Because you can't have 20 different people looking in different areas. Where is this bloody
Cockeyed.
helicopter?" And they said, and so yeah, someone with a broom sort of just walked across and go, "That was our eye line." But something like that, like it's very smart.
Yeah.
He's not being a smart ass, but
No,
surely the director should have thought of that.
Fair point.
Yeah, so he was doing some really great stuff. I go, good work, Sammy. Well done, tick.
Yep.
Yeah. So then what happens is the big scene is where we're all in this hall and this fire is meant to be coming over the hill. So he's trying to get into character again, and this old guy, one of the other actors said, "Oh, this reminds me of a time when I was down with the family at Hall's Gap and there was a fire around us and we ran outside. We had the cricket gear. We were going to play a game of cricket. We run outside and we're hit by this wall of heat. It's like 100 degrees." And Wertho, he starts going, "Okay, right." He's getting in character. He goes, "Right, okay."
He's trying to understand.
He's trying to understand,
the
where's
situation.
my headspace?
Yeah.
What is this like? He goes, "Okay, you run outside with the family. You've got the cricket gear. You want to play a game of cricket, but you run outside. You're hit by this wall of heat. It's like 100 degrees." He said, What did you want to do? What did you feel like doing?" And I chipped in. I said, "Definitely batting." And-
I fucking love that joke.
yeah.
It's such a good joke.
But I tell it like that on stage, but
Fuck
really
hell.
what happened was my timing wasn't as good, and I didn't say it as loud.
Did he just fucking eyeball
Ah,
you?
no one, nah. This is the thing of stand-up. I said it probably about 3 seconds after, and I sort of just
Kept it low.
did it out the side of my mouth. And only one person sort of heard it and had a bit of a chuckle. So he didn't really hear it, but in the joke.
At least someone chuckled, man.
At
and
least
they got it.
someone chuckled. I thought that it was a fucking great joke. Great joke.
That's the fork in the road, man. You're the comedian or you're the actor, and you're definitely the comedian.
Yeah,
Like, you're
yeah.
not going to be one of these thespian fucks that's like, "Oh, I'm burning, I'm sweating, what do I want to do?"
Yeah, but just that thought of, as well, when it's 30 degrees, how bad it is.
Oh, man.
You're like, I don't want to field, I don't want to bowl.
You just want to
I just want to bat. And then once I go out, I'm fucking keeping or something like that.
all the lebos in my street would bat, even though we'd throw the bat up in the air.
Yeah.
They were like, "I'm batting, I don't care."
Yeah.
And they'd bat, and when they got out batting, they gave up on the game.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, that's it. We're not playing anymore. We're done. We're not,
Yeah.
unless we can bat again."
Yeah, I know. Well, I used to play with my younger brother, and he's 6 years younger, hates cricket, never had a cricketing bone in his body. And I'd get him out all the time. I'd get him out, and then it got to a point where I just bowled bean balls at him, tape balls and that. But you always wanted something to do. You wanted someone. I didn't care if I had to bowl, but yeah, it'd end up hitting him, and you end up just giving him 20 chances. Go, you can bat again, just so he'd bowl a few balls and you just smash him over the fence.
Oh, that's great. So,
Go get that.
So,
But
I know you're looking at
In the end, Wertho, great bloke.
great bloke.
Great bloke. Sort of
Okay.
first impressions, you're like, this guy's a flog.
Yeah.
But, mate, really knowledgeable. If you're an actor, it would have been great to sort of learn off him. Even I picked up some stuff.
Yeah, it's like hanging in the green room with a great comic, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah, well, you get a newfound respect for, and then what he did as well. He'd had the lines obviously, but he said you can't. And when the fire was meant to be coming into the room, the director was like, "Oh, you do this, you do that." He said, "Well, it's got to be a bit chaotic. Like, if this fire's engulfing you, you're like, it's got to be chaos. It's got to be like he started banging the walls, and because you had to get in that mindset that we're under." The fire's raging,
Was there anyone there to tell you what it was really like? Or-
No. I mean, maybe some of the other actors, the main actors, had heard stories about from people. But we're just.
Is that the bad one where like heaps of fake people died?
Well, that was 2 years ago, up when people got evacuated.
I'm
From the
thinking-
one where
I'm thinking of 2009.
or 2009.
Yeah, that's
Black Saturday.
That's the bad one.
Yeah. This was one where Scott Morrison tried to shake everyone's hands.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, fuck off, mate.
Jump in the fire, cunt.
Yeah, burn you.
Yeah. I remember 2009, I left work and the sky was orange, like fucking Mars. I'm like, holy shit. Went straight to the last laugh at the Athenaeum Theatre, jumped on stage, did a gig, and normally at this stage of my career I was getting laughs, but no one was laughing at anyone. And they're all like looking at their phones, and that's where numbers were coming in about what was happening.
Yeah, that was. So I was up in Port Douglas then, so I don't really, know what it was like down there. But I remember coming back for a wedding the year after, basically a year, and it was out at like near Eltham, and that you could see the hills were just sticks, sticks everywhere. It was pretty brutal.
I know we've got to go to a gig.
Yeah.
We could wrap this up, but before we do, just give me 3 to 5 minutes on scuba diving, because you mentioned Port Douglas, and I'm fascinated by the Barrier Reef. It's like the biggest reef on Earth.
You can see it from the moon, can't you?
You can see it from space. Right? Yeah, probably the moon. I've never been there, but I think it's one small step for men. Oh fuck, Barrier Reef.
It's a Barrier Reef, mate.
I think it's
white
in a footnote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would from Port Douglas, you would go there and scuba dive?
No, not from Port Douglas.
No?
This is a stupid thing.
But there's the reef goes to Port Douglas.
Yeah, okay. So this, very quickly, I did a resort management course 2006, 2007. So I learnt, obviously, how to manage resorts, get a little overview. But I did scuba diving in that. So I got my dive instructors. So I did that in Melbourne. Or, you go down to Portsea, you go down to, across to Queenscliff, and you teach people how to dive.
How deep can you go?
On your open water, you can go to 18 metres. If you go your advanced, you can go to, I think it's 30 on your advanced, and then your instructors, technically you can only go to 30 until you get your deep ticket, and then you go down to 40. And then once it gets over 40 metres, it's like...
You can't see sunlight?
No, you can. It depends what you're diving on. It's actually it's amazing, depending on the day, how clear it is underwater.
Okay.
And then the deeper you go, you've got all these different mixes. You need more air, and you've got to have. You can only come up at certain points, and you've got to stop.
Yeah, because the science is something like nitrogen will cause...
Nitrogen bubbles.
It'll make your blood boil?
Yeah. Not boil, but I think you can get air bubbles in your blood
stream. Not boil,
not
bubble.
Boil.
And and that leads to the bends.
Makes you go, woohoo! Yeah. The bends. It's been so long since I've done it, but if you come up too quick, and also... because you're going down, I think every 10 metres you go down, that's 1 atmosphere. So there's maybe 10 times the pressure on your body.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it's pretty intense.
Have you seen anyone with the bends or come up too quick?
Yeah, a few people in our group got it one time because someone... they fucked around.
Do they look drunk?
No, the bends is more...
Hypoxia?
No, you get up and you got to have oxygen and stuff like that.
So their eyes are rolling. They don't know where they are.
I'm not exactly sure how they were on the boat and whatever, but you just feel it's almost like you feel crook.
Okay.
Lethargic.
All right.
Yeah. So then one of them had to go into the hyperbaric chamber,
and that gets the nitrogen out of the blood.
Yeah,
safely.
I think it does. I don't know the exact shit around it. But
so tell me about the Barrier Reef, man.
Well, I never dived on it.
You never dived
on it? No, I went there the start of 2008 with my dive instructors, and I thought, I'm going up. I'm going to be diving the reef every day. This is going to be my job. I'm living the dream, baby. And there was no work when I first got up there because it was wet season.
Yep.
I just got a job in a resort beyond the bar. Never went diving once.
Okay, gotcha.
Not once. Is that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
I think you're lucky. I'll tell you why.
Thanks,
because
mate.
I heard a crimes podcast. And it wasn't really a crime. It was a fuck up.
Oh, is this?
And it sounds like something Evo would do if he was on that charter boat.
What, fuck the head count?
Yeah.
You can leave someone on the reef.
So Evo's working on a boat. He takes out 26 people to...
Is this the Lonigans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tongue Reef or something like that, which is near Port Douglas, whatever.
Yeah, you go to sort of 3 different sites on the day, on their last site.
But
yeah.
it's part of the Great Barrier Reef. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
component of it.
Oh, yeah.
So these people dive, and then at the end of the shift, they all jump back up on the boat, and Hocko's like, yeah, let's fucking go. And they roar it, and they didn't do a head count, and for days, 2 people were missing, and those 2 people were American tourists that didn't get accounted for, and they fucking drowned, man. And I was like,
they don't know
shit.
what happened, do they?
Oh,
really?
they
But
fucking drowned.
you're not going to last long out there.
Nah,
there's
there's
all
all
these
these
conspiracies. They
No,
fake their own death.
I don't believe that,
No,
man.
I don't believe that.
Like, how? It's easier to just disappear.
Oh, mate, that would be
Easier ways.
a freakish feeling, being in the middle of the ocean knowing the boat's fucked off.
So you never actually scuba dived there?
No, I never did it.
There you go.
Never did it. So I snorkeled a heap and that. But it was sort of one of those things. I was playing football and all the scuba diving work was, you had to do it weekends. And so I think I got comfortable with, I ended up cleaning pools.
What a fucking life.
Great life, mate.
Could you do it forever?
Cleaning pools.
In Port Douglas?
Or
were you
if
itching
you
to
had
do
your own business?
Were you itching to do stand-up? Is that why?
Oh, in Port Douglas, I wasn't really doing stand-up. I think Port Douglas I got to a point where I'd been there for 4 years and
Enough?
things were good, but then I got single and was fucking up a bit. And small town if you do some stupid shit.
So basically you went through every girl and they were like, well, you're done here, Hocko. You're out. Hey, we got to
It's
go.
like a coffee card. And you stamp them off.
Every bird in Port Douglas is
the
done.
10th one is free. So.
We have to go because we've got to go to a gig
Yeah,
at Hardeman's.
mate.
But plug Hardeman's, man, because it's a great gig that you run.
Yeah, it's a fun one. I used to live in Kensington, and Chris, one of the part owners of Hardeman's, they did it up years ago, and it's a great locals pub. There's no pokies, there's no tab. I think there might. Is there a tab? Don't know. But it's just people go there to drink, catch up, have a meal, and started running comedy nights. So every few months we'll run one, and great little rooms, low ceilings, soundproofing. It's great.
You always have cracking headliners as well.
Cracking headliners, yeah. So tonight's Randy, and by the time this comes out, the show will be over. But
I'll bring it out next week.
Follow.
Who's coming up next?
Don't know yet.
All right. So last time you had Peter Hallier.
Yep.
And tonight you've got
We've
Randy.
had Husey, Jamoan, Dave O'Neill, Fiona.
And Jamoan's famous. He's on the wall in a riot.
Yes.
Wearing the same fucking jacket.
Same jacket.
That was so weird. What a surreal moment.
It's crazy.
There was someone at Hardeman's on a wall in a frame, a picture of a protester getting wrestled by a cop, and he's in this blue jacket with a white lining. And we go, hey, Jamoan, it looks like you. And Jamoan looked and he goes, oh, he's even wearing my jacket.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell.
It is, mate.
So weird. Anyway, we got to go because we've got to go set
get
up.
on the Aussie Pub Comedy Tour if you want to know any more
shit
like that. But anyway, good fun, Catsy boy.
Thanks,
Slatsy.
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 See you, Hocko.
See ya, mate.